2021 is just around the corner, and since nobody's going to the movie theater anytime soon, you think it's high time you upgraded your home theater. Well, I've got some soundbars you might want to consider. To those on a budget, to those with deep pockets. Let's do this. Hello people, my name is Elon Osborne and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about movies, audio, and music. But more specifically, I'm going to give you some ideas to scratch that audio itch after all these months of quarantine. This video will cover those who want the sleek, minimalist aesthetic of a soundbar. From the relatively inexpensive to those who want to shell out some serious coin. Let me start by saying I am not an industry professional. I am a consumer just like you who just likes to research this kind of stuff so you don't have to. And if you like my silly way of presenting this info to you, consider these 5 ways to help support this channel. Subscribe to my Patreon for exclusive content. Rock some merch from my Teespring. Download some tracks from my Bandcamp. Hang some digital prints on your walls from my Etsy shop. Or you can even get my children's book that happens to be on Amazon or Apple Books. Thanks for the support.
Link in description.
And now, if you're still listening to home theater content through your TV speakers and you don't want to break the bank, a soundbar is the way to go, my friend. If you're just looking for an inexpensive starter soundbar that just elevates your audio better than your shitty TV speakers, then I recommend the Vizio SB3821-C6. It's a 38-inch 2.1 soundbar system that's recommended for TVs up to 42 inches and it retails for $150. It also comes with a wireless subwoofer with a 5-inch driver. It is able to decode Dolby Digital and DTS codecs, but it's not able to handle object-based surround sound like Dolby Atmos and DTS-X. So like I said, it's a good upgrade from your terrible TV speakers, but it really doesn't have a lot of power. But like most soundbars nowadays, it does have Bluetooth, so you can stream music from it as well. Moving on. Another bang for your buck option is the new Klipsch Cinema series, specifically the Cinema 400 and Cinema 600. The Cinema 400 is a 400 watt, 40-inch long, 2-channel soundbar that comes with a powerful downward firing 8-inch subwoofer. The Cinema 600 is a 600 watt, 45-inch long, 3-channel soundbar with a 10-inch downward firing subwoofer. They retail at $300 and $500 respectively, but depending on the time of year that you're seeing this, they could be on a really good deal too. Both of these soundbars support ARC, Audio Return Channel, which allows audio to be sent between the TV and the soundbar via one HDMI cable. These soundbars also support Bluetooth, so you can stream music from them. The advantage of the 600 over the 400 is the fact that it has more power and it has a larger subwoofer, yes. But aside from that, the 600 being a 3-channel soundbar gives you that discrete center channel, so you have crystal clear dialogue when you're listening to movies and things like that. In addition, it also supports wireless surround sound expansion if you were to get the 3s, also by Klipsch. That way you can have a true 5.1 surround sound system without having to worry about speaker wires. The Cinema 400 does not have this option of expansion. Moving on again, a more middle-of-the-road option you might want to think about is the Sonos Arc. Along with Bluetooth technology for music streaming, it also has the option of expansion. Not only connecting with additional home theater speakers, but also being able to connect via Wi-Fi to speakers all around your house to have whole house audio. What you also get with this higher price tag is Sonos's TruePlay technology that adapts and optimizes the sound of your speaker to the unique acoustics of your room. The Sonos Arc is also one of the few on the market right now that also features HDMI 2.1 and eARC, Enhanced Audio Return Channel. Why does that matter? Because eARC allows for high bandwidth audio transfer like Dolby Atmos. And not just any Atmos, uncompressed Atmos. I probably need to make a video about that, don't I? This then takes advantage of the Sonos Arc's 2 upward firing speakers, giving you 3-dimensional sound from the soundbar itself. But of course, if you want to go a step further than that, you can wirelessly connect a Sonos sub and a pair of 1SL speakers for a fully immersive 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos home theater experience. The Arc by itself retails for $799, but the full 5.1.2 surround sound setup retails for $1856. Yikes, that's pretty pricey. But the soundbar by itself is still a pretty good middle-of-the-road bargain considering all the bells and whistles that it has. Another tier I want to talk about is kind of like a high middle tier. These are soundbar systems in the $1,500 range or thereabouts. I reviewed the lowest tier of LG's Dolby Atmos soundbars, the SN7R, and I was not impressed. But with a retail value of $1,700, you better hope the LG SN11RG is worth that kind of price tag. It's a 770 watt 7.1.4 surround sound system with a 57-inch soundbar recommended for TVs 55 inches and higher. It comes with a wireless subwoofer, 2 surround sound speakers, and 4 upward firing speakers integrated into that system to give you a fully immersive 3D audio experience. I haven't personally gotten my hands on one, but it's definitely something you might want to research a little bit further if you have a fairly large home theater space and you can spend that kind of money. But in that same tier is a soundbar system that I'm really curious about. The Nakamichi Shockwave. Yeah, Shockwave, not Shockwave. Shockwave. This 1000 watt wireless 9.2.4 Dolby Atmos surround sound system normally retails at only $1,400. The soundbar itself has your standard left, center, and right channels, but it also has 2 speakers on the ends of the soundbar that shoot audio off of your side walls. In addition to that, there are 4 satellite speakers, being able to place 2 to the sides of the main listening position and 2 behind the main listening position. But get this, if you have a smaller room, say your couch is against the back wall, the satellite speakers can be put together to create 2 dipole speakers, simultaneously firing audio at you and your back wall. But that's not all. It's the only soundbar system that comes with not 1, but 2 10-inch subwoofers for a more rounded and fuller bass response. Nakamichi, if you're listening, I want to review this so bad. I'm so curious if something at that price point can actually live up to the claims that you're making. Please send me one? Now, if you want the minimal aesthetic of a soundbar without the hassle of wires and you have lots of money to spend, here's an option that you might want to consider. The Sennheiser Ambeo. This soundbar boasts a 5.1.4 soundstage without the need of an additional subwoofer, since its 6 long throw drivers can reproduce sound all the way down to a room rumbling 30 Hz. It has incredibly advanced surround virtualization technology that's built in that painstakingly analyzes every little nook and cranny of your home theater space to give you full 3D immersive surround sound. I can only assume at a retail price of $24.99 that the room calibration technology is a step above the Sonos Arc. So I guess you pay just that much more of a premium if you're wanting to have just a soundbar and not have to worry about anything else. I'd love to get my hands on one of those too. If you're listening, Sennheiser.
I doubt it.
And last but certainly not least, if you're an audiophile who really cares about their home theater experience but still wants the sleek aesthetic of a soundbar and money ain't no thing, I present to you the Golden Ear Super Cinema soundbars, the 3D Array X and XL. According to the spec sheet, these soundbars claim to incorporate special 3D image optimization technology to achieve superbly lifelike, wide, deep 3D playback realism with virtually no acoustic coloration. The X retails at $10.99, while the XL retails at a whopping $17.99. But you might be thinking to yourself, that's actually not too bad for an audiophile quality soundbar, right? But there are some big caveats when dealing with these soundbars in particular. These are passive soundbars. You need a separate amplifier to power them.
But doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of having a soundbar in the first place?
Well, yes and no. Yes, you'll need to get creative to hide the speaker wires that you connect to the back, but you could also have a really nice receiver powering this soundbar as opposed to relying on the soundbar itself to decode your audio for you. But here's the other big thing to take into consideration. This soundbar has a frequency response that only goes down to 80 Hz, which is great for THX specifications because they recommend your crossover frequency is 80 Hz, where your satellite speakers handle everything from 80 Hz and up, and your subwoofer handles anything from 80 Hz and below. So with that being said, this soundbar has to be paired with a subwoofer, or else you're just not going to get those bass frequencies like from explosions, etc. If you already have a subwoofer,
great.
If not, and you want to stick with Golden Ear's Super Cinema line of products, they have a Super Sub X and XXL, which retail for $13.99 and $21.99 respectively.
Wow.
And beyond that, even though the soundbar boasts of giving you 3D immersive audio, you could also add the SuperSat 3s to give you a true surround sound experience. Those retail for $299
Okay.
each.
Oh.
So that's $600 just to add 2 more rear speakers.
Wow. 2.0.
Check out your boy over at Spare Change, who did a review a while back on the Super Cinema X and Super Sub X, and I'll put the link in the description below.
So there you have it, folks.
As with all things home theater and electronics in general, there are so many options out there for you. So I hope this narrowed down your choices a bit. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos like this. And of course, always be listening.